Funding for HomeTowne Pets is provided by the Animal Clinic of Morris Plains, 3009 Route 10 in Morris Plains. Veterinary care for companion animals, exotics, avian, and pocket pets. And Choice Pet 1260 Springfield Avenue in New Providence, or at choicepet.com, your source for all your pet care needs.
Hi, I'm Amanda Eustace, your host for HomeTowne Pets. We're here at St. Hubert's Animal Welfare Center in Madison, New Jersey. I'm here with Nora Parker, and she's going to be our guide to all the wonderful animals here at St. Hubert's. So Nora, would you be able to tell us how we're going to be able to adopt any of the animals we see here today, or for that matter, any of the animals you guys here at the shelter?
We have a very open, friendly adoption process. In addition to our Madison site where you're visiting today, we have 3 other adoption sites, one in Somerset County and 2 in northern Morris County. You can go to our website, get the phone numbers and directions, and you can also view the available pets there. And then all it takes is a visit to the shelter where we'll connect you with an adoption counselor, and you can meet a pet that meets your family's needs and go home with your new pet the very same day.
Oh, that's wonderful. And who are these little guys that you have right here?
These little guys are Drake and Cooper. They're brothers. They're about 4 months old, and they were in fact born here at the shelter from a mother who was found out of doors on her own. Drake is a little bit more inquisitive, and Cooper's a little bit shyer, but they were very, very sick when they were little, so they spent the first part of their lives in foster care, where they were lovingly cared for and bottle fed and received medications, and now they're happy, healthy, and they are ready to go to new homes.
And would you recommend adopting, 2 kittens or cats at once, or would you recommend one?
We would recommend 2 kittens is great. It's fine to get 1, but 2 can be a wonderful addition to your family. They're entertaining and fun to watch together, and they enjoy each other's company and find a lot of companionship and things to do, especially people who work. And the kitties are going to be home alone during the day. They love having a friend to be with and to play with during the day.
And would you say kittens are more playful, or maybe an older cat?
It really depends on the animal. Many cats, especially the more and more you interact with them, remain super friendly and playful as they're older, and some cats, like people, become a little more couch potatoy and restful. So you really come in and you try to choose the cat, and our adoption counselors can help you, that is of the activity level and personality that best suits your household and your desires.
Oh, how wonderful. And do you know any of the other animals that we're going to see today? Maybe an older cat or a younger cat?
We're going to see an older cat next.
Oh, great, wonderful.
Next up. We do want to remind people too, when we're talking about the holidays, that kittens are fun, playful, inquisitive.
Of course.
But like little children, they can get into things. So around the holidays, when we have a lot of different things going on in our houses, we need to be careful of our decor. Things like candles, gift wrapping.
Sure.
Today, these are very popular. They look just as good as real candles, but you don't have to worry about kitties that would be attracted to the flame, knocking them over and causing difficulty in your house.
And
so we can send these guys back. Thank you, my dear. Drake and Cooper. And this is Rusty.
hello, Rusty.
And Rusty is a more mature cat. He's 12. And that means he's not old, but he's experienced.
Yeah.
He knows how to be a pet. He knows all about living in a household with people. He's a friendly, inquisitive fellow. And you asked about whether they stay playful. You can already see he's very, very interested in what's going on here.
Yeah, very.
And so he's pushing up against me. He's very friendly and cuddly, and he's pretty, you saw the kittens were a little nervous.
Yes, definitely.
Rusty's quite inquisitive and comfortable. I can feel him already getting ready to lay down on my lap.
Now, would you say maybe adopting an older pet for somebody, you know, who is older, maybe like a senior citizen or somebody, just to have something or another person or animal in the house, would you say that it would be better to get an older cat rather than a younger, you know what I mean, a younger animal? Would you say getting maybe an older one that might suit their needs better, or that would rub up against?
Senior pets are awesome for seniors, and we love that you said another person in the house.
Because they are little people.
Because that's how we think of them. But a senior pet can be a great companion for a senior citizen because they already know the drill of being a house pet. You don't need to be chasing them around like kittens. A cat like Rusty, you see, enjoys sitting on the lap. It's comfortable. I can feel him purring. And a wonderful, wonderful companion for seniors. And we have seniors often who adopt from us and say, you know, I'm a little slower now too, so we're right at each other's speed. And that's not to say he's not good and strong and healthy and a happy cat, but he would be a great pet. The advantage of adopting a senior is that we send our seniors home at 50% of the adoption fee, but they give you 100% of the love and affection. So that's Rusty, and he would love to be home for the holidays.
Yeah, I see he's shedding a lot. Do you guys have cats that are, you know, hyperallergenic, for people that are, you know, really want to adopt a cat, but, you know, maybe they don't shed as much, so they're not as allergic?
We really don't. All cats shed, and if you brush them a lot, what's probably happening with Rusty is that the cameras, the people here, that's a little bit stressful for a cat, and that will cause a little bit of shedding. So he probably doesn't shed nearly this much when he's in his own comfortable environment. You always get a little more shedding if they're a little nervous.
Sorry, Rusty, that we have the cameras.
He seems pretty happy.
Ooh.
Okay. Thank you, Rusty. And here's the little Riddler.
Oh my goodness. Now, is Riddler a kitten as well?
Riddler is. I'm just looking at his notes. He's only about 10 weeks old. And I'm sure you heard about all the work that St. Huberts and many of our partners did after this horrific hurricane season. Riddler came on one of the airlifts from Puerto Rico as an itty-bitty baby. And when he got here, he wasn't even able to walk. He needed a lot of extra TLC, and now he's been in foster care, and he's ready for a new home too. And as you can see, he's a pretty laid-back, easygoing kitten. We were amazed at the Puerto Rico kitties, because that's a lot to get on the plane and fly all the way to the mainland, then come to the shelter. But he did a wonderful job, and he's healthy and happy now, and he can't wait to be lounging around at home with someone. Although we do know he also has his playful side, like any kitten, but he's quite interested in everything that's going on here right now. So. And
when it comes to kittens, is there a different care system that you would do for a kitten rather than an actual cat, a grown-up cat?
Kittens need some extra supervision, some extra careful prep work in your home to be ready for them. We talked about holiday safety, so you want to make sure that little things that attract kittens that they could put in their mouths, you have to watch out for that. They're going to be active, so you don't, everybody wants to play with string or with yarn. We shouldn't leave those things with our kittens because they can tangle themselves up or ingest them, so you want to play with their toys when they're little, and they do need to eat several times a day when they're growing. Is that wet food, dry food? All of our kittens eat both. Both? Okay. They get their meals served to them in the wet food, their daily allotment served 3 times throughout the day, and then they always have access to the crunchies, we call them, and their water. So Riddler's been through a lot and would love to be home for the holidays. Oh. Those cats were all so cute, and I just want to take all of them home. And if you do too, please call 973-377-2295 at the St. Huberts Madison location, or visit St. Huberts online at sthuberts.org. We'll be right back with some great dogs that also need a home for the holiday, so stick around.
Welcome back to HomeTowne Pets. I'm Amanda Eustace, and I'm here with Nora Parker at St. Hubert's Animal Welfare Center in Madison, New Jersey. Well, Nora, I see we have a pup on here. Who is this?
We do. This is Manny. Manny is 9 years old, and as you can see, he's very affectionate. Little nervous about his first TV appearance, but he's an experienced pet as well. He likes people. He's energetic, friendly, and he's a little bit nervous about TV. That's why we hear him panting.
Sure.
But he's part of our Red Collar Society, even though he's wearing green for the holiday. And so Manny, too, is a dog that goes home at 50% the adoption fee and gives you 100% of the love.
So he's one of the older guys you had, right?
He is, but he's a nice, spry, healthy dog, and I can feel him already with his foot on my foot, and I love that because he's leaning in and feeling the comfort of another human. So he's pretty interested in what we're doing here. He's a little bit on the chubby side, and I think one of the things we need to remember about the holidays when we have guests is that there are a lot of dangers in our holiday meals, whatever you're celebrating, chocolate, bones, and we have to keep those out of the reach of our pets. And Manny is probably a treat hound, because I can feel how sturdy he is. So we always tell our guests not to feed the dogs, but look, you know, who can resist it? So we recommend that you take a nice bowl of dog treats that are appropriate for your dog and put those on the mantle and tell your guests if they can't resist, please, please give him one of his own things. And you can avoid any issues with food problems during the holidays, because you can't watch everybody, and you know the people are likely to sneak them food. So make sure that you accommodate that by having something that they can have.
So you mentioned chocolate. How bad is chocolate for dogs?
It depends on the quality of the chocolate and the size of the dog, but it can be toxic to dogs. And so we recommend that people have handy at holiday time. We hope everybody will prep properly. But we always recommend that you have the ASPCA's poison control number available, and we can put that in the credits, or you'll find it on our website. And for a small fee, they can give you life-saving information if you get into a jam.
And would you say an older dog would be better for a family that has younger children, or maybe
It really depends on the children and the dogs. So we like people to come in. We're open every day of the year at all of our sites, except for Thanksgiving and Christmas. So we want the whole family to come in, meet with an adoption counselor, and pick the pet that's going to work best with their family. There's no one-size-fits-all answer.
And if let's just say maybe I wanted to adopt this dog, what would be a good holiday gift to get my pup?
Well, there are lots of things we offer in our Buddy's Boutique shop here at Madison that they might like. One of the things we like to give the dogs are the Kongs, because they're pretty indestructible and they're very useful. Another thing that's good at holiday time, if you have guests, you can stuff these with food and treats and give them to your pet. Manny's quite comfortable now with his on-screen debut.
He doesn't want to leave.
But these you could stuff with food, peanut butter, yogurt, stick it in your freezer, and if you're having guests, it's a nice treat to give the dog to take in the other room, keeps him busy for quite a while. I think Manny is more a fan of stuffy toys, but if this was full of goodies, he would want it.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. So whatever, we'll see the next dog.
And here comes Keenan. Look at Keenan.
Oh, my goodness. I love his
And he's about a year old.
Oh, my
and
goodness.
he's just arrived today on a transport from one of our placement partners.
Okay.
So he's feeling a little nervous about his first TV appearance too, but he's just adorable for people looking for a smaller dog. And he's just about a year old. All the dogs are fully vaccinated, as are the cats, and spayed and neutered and microchipped before they go home to their new homes. So he's been with one of our shelter partners, and we help out other shelters as much as we can, taking in some pets that need a home. And a little fellow like this probably be here a few days, and a family will come in and find him to be the perfect companion. So I think he's doing well for a new arrival. And he's anxious to start his new life. And he might be a candidate for people to take shopping at our buddy's boutique right after they adopt him, because he comes from further south. So this will be his first time in the winter weather, and he might want a little jacket or a sweater.
Definitely. So when I walked in actually this morning, I saw there was a huge sign that says Behavioral and Training Center. Now, what do you guys do there? Would a puppy like this go in there, and would you guys train him?
We recommend that everybody, first thing, sign up for a training class here at St. Hubert's when they adopt a dog. It's great for bonding together with a new owner. It's wonderful for the animals to really learn what's expected of them. And it's not true that you can't teach an old dog new tricks. They just learn a little bit differently. But every adopter, whether they adopt from St. Hubert's or any other non-profit shelter, if they have their paperwork to show that, we will give them a discount. And we have classes 7 days a week, morning, daytime, and evening classes for people. And the training class is a wonderful place to start with your new pet.
That really sounds like a great idea.
And Keenan's feeling comfortable already with his debut.
Goodness.
And the whole family can go to training class with the dog too. So that everybody is watching how we teach him things. And there's a lot of consistency.
It can be reciprocated at home then.
Right, for his new life.
Oh, how adorable. Now, would you say that, you know, at least for me, I know I've heard that Chihuahuas are very barky dogs. So would you say that
some little dogs might be a little more vocal, but that's another great reason to go to training school, because you will learn how to deal with things like barking or alerting you when someone's at the door, and how you can do that. So we'll send Keenan back.
Oh,
he did good.
Bye, Keenan. And who is this? Hello.
And who do we have here? Elliot. This is Elliot.
Hi, Elliot.
You feel comfortable, Elliot? You want to sit, or you want someone to stay with you?
What kind of dog is Elliot?
Elliot is 5. He was found out on his own with his friend Piglet, who's in the other room getting some other things ready, getting her ready for adoption. But we would love to see these two go home together. We don't know their whole story, but we know that they were left somewhere. We hope they were left tied to a tree with the hope that a kind Samaritan would find them, which is what happened. But we surmise that they've probably been together forever. So we'd like to see Elliot and friend Piglet go home and start their new life together in a new home. And they would make a great team for a family that has time for 2 dogs. And 2 dogs can be a wonderful experience too.
That's great. And would you say that, you know, maybe a bigger dog like this, he's 5, you said, right? So does he tend to get any bigger?
Nope,
I mean,
he's full grown.
He's full grown.
What you see is what you get.
What you see is what you get, great.
And he, we know that even though he was found as a lost pet, he sees our next guest coming, that he certainly didn't live that way. At some point, he was living in a home. So we'd just like to see him and his friend get back in home. And we'll let Colleen take him.
Take care, Elliot.
But you could see that tail going 100 miles an hour and that bowing down. So he was happy to see that there was another friend that he might interact with.
Now, you're a medium-sized dog.
And this is Farrell. Is it Farrell or Pharrell?
Whatever you like.
This is Farrell. We'll let him have a little sniff. And he's 3.
Aww. And what I see is what I get with him too?
He's
he'll get a little bit
playful.
Bigger.
He's not going to grow any bigger. He's new to the shelter. Why don't you let all the people see your pretty face so they'll know how cute you are? Look, we have this you could look at. So, but as you can see right away, he tunes right into someone. And now he's noticing that there are people and cameras. This is as big as he's gonna get. He's obviously, he feels comfortable with the attention and secure with a human handling him. Tail's going a little bit quicker. So he's a nice, compact, medium-sized addition to the family. And he's already giving kisses. And I'm sure that depending on what your individual preference at your home is, you're probably right. He'd probably be willing to be a lap dog if he was given that opportunity.
So now that we saw cats and that this is the last dog that we've seen, do you know what kind of animals, you know, cats or dogs would work well with each other?
Well, again, that's the reason that you come in with your whole family. And if you have a dog at home and you're looking for a second dog, we want you to bring your resident dog in too. And our staff will do a meet and greet with a dog that you're considering and your dog. Because our professional staff can read the body language, knows how to introduce two dogs and help you find one that gets along with all of your family members.
Well, that is just great. Well, what a great group of dogs we've seen today. So just stick around because we'll be right back with some other creatures here. And no, they're not cats or dogs, but some other animals that made their way to the shelter. So stick around and we'll be right back. We're back at St. Hubert's Animal Welfare Center here in Madison, New Jersey, and I'm with Nora Parker. And Nora, I understand that you have some really interesting animals you're going to show us this next segment.
We do. We want to make sure that people know if a dog or a cat isn't the right pet right now for their family, or if they have a dog or a cat and they like other kinds of animals as well, that you can always come to the shelter instead of going out and buying them. There are always small and furries, we call them, available for adoption here in our small animal suite at Madison and in smaller numbers at our other shelters. This is Dixie the bunny. Dixie's about 2 years old and is available to a good home and would love to find that home.
And what is the care for a rabbit?
Well, rabbits can be fragile. Their diet should be carefully maintained. When you come into St. Hubert's looking for any kind of a small and furry animal, the adoption counselor will spend some time with you and they will go over with you what the special needs of a bunny are, and they'll give you printed materials to go home with, and you're always able to call the shelter with questions. But bunnies make great pets. They can be litter trained. They might chew wires and things in your house, so you'll get all kinds of safety information and instruction for diet and care before you take them home.
And would you leave them in a cage all day, or can they roam the house? I mean, I know you just said that they would nibble on wires and might go.
They do, but the counselors will tell you all about how you can set up a room or an area of a room that gives your bunny much more room to be playing during the day, hopping about, using the litter box, but you can safely set up a bunny area in your home for a bunny. And then they have a lot more room to play. And they can be very interactive and personable. A lot of bunnies like to sit on the couch and eat popcorn with you and watch movies.
Really? Oh, wow. And do they, eat the typical carrots or other veggies? If you were to give them something on a stick, would they nibble that?
They do, but
Okay.
you will be instructed on how often and how much of those things to give them, so that you're always making sure they're nutritionally balanced.
That's wonderful. Okay, well, we're going to see the next pet.
And I understand our next pet coming up it's called Skinny.
Skinny.
The skinniest guinea we've ever had.
Skinny.
Skinny, because he is a lightweight, because he's one of the thinnest guinea pigs we've ever gotten.
Oh I love this
Skinny
color.
is a boy, and he's also about 2 years old. Very friendly. Guinea pigs are very popular pets. They're very personable with people. They like being around people. Not all guinea pigs get along with each other, but we do get pairs that like each other very much, and some people like to have more than one. But again, you don't need to go out and buy these animals, because unfortunately some people do that on a whim and then can't take care of them. So the shelter always has wonderful small animals like Dixie and our friend Skinny here that would love to go home with a new home. And again, they're not difficult to care with, but there are some special things to be careful of, and the adoption counselors will go through all that with everybody as to how they take the best care to keep them happy and healthy and get the most enjoyment from these little companions.
Are guinea pigs and hamsters similar, or are they different? Is there, a huge difference if there is a difference?
The guinea pigs are a little larger, and some find them to be a little bit sturdier. They're a little more talkative when you get to know a guinea pig and they know you're coming, or you rustle the food things. They weet and chirp and talk to people. Right? Right?
Oh, he's just literally listening to everything you're saying.
And he's also about 2 years old and is a boy. So
And
Skinny
how
would love
old
to
do
find
they
a
normally
family
like?
to
Oh, he's
join.
nibbling on the...
He's going to get the mic.
He's going to get the
Oh,
mic.
Skinny. He wants
How
fame
old
too.
do they normally last?
They're usually about 5-6 year lifespan. Mm-hmm. They certainly live older than that, but that's an average for people to think about.
Well, Nora, we've seen some great animals today, and any of them would make a great addition to any family. Would you be able to remind us again how anybody would be able to adopt any of the animals we've seen today or any of the animals at the shelter?
Sure. It's very, very simple. If you want to visit sthuberts.org first, you can see the available pets that are at each shelter, or you can simply get in the car and come on over. We're open 7 days a week at all sites, Sunday through Tuesday from noon until 4, and Wednesday through Saturday from noon until 6. The only time we're closed is Thanksgiving Day and Christmas Day. So just come on over to the shelter closest to you and meet your new best friend.
And I know that you guys also have two really great programs that you're offering for this holiday season. Can you tell me a little bit about the Home for the Holidays fostering program?
We do. We have a program called Home for the Holidays, and that is to give our pets a little bit of holiday time out of the shelter. And it also helps our staff if there are fewer pets on the holiday, because of course they're here. But mostly it's for the benefit of the animal. They get a respite, some time in a family, and those pets can be picked up at 6 o'clock on Christmas Eve, and they come back to the shelter by noon the day after Christmas, so they don't lose their chance at adoption. Each pet goes home with an overnight bag with their blankie and their food and a gift to open on Christmas morning, and they get to spend that time with the family, and then they just come back the day after Christmas or not. Sometimes we find that they meet someone while they've been out for a few days.
And that's wonderful. The other program that I thought was great was, if a family wanted to adopt a pet, you guys offer the Santa delivery service?
We do have Santa deliveries on Christmas Eve and Christmas. Those are arranged about a week or two before Christmas. So it's not a surprise to everyone at the home, certainly, but there's someone at the home where Santa arrives that doesn't know about the new addition to the family. And there they will be on Christmas morning when there's a knock on the door, and it's Santa Claus with a dog, a cat, a guinea pig, whatever the other family members have chosen as the surprise from Santa. And that's an exciting moment. And it's not just for kids. Some of our most exciting Santa deliveries have been to adult family members on Christmas morning.
Well, that is just wonderful. Well, I hope whether you decide to foster or you want to adopt, I hope you find it in your heart this holiday season to take one of these lovely animals home. I'm Amanda Eustace from HomeTowne Pets, and from all of us from HomeTowne TV and St. Huberts, we hope you have a wonderful holiday season and a happy new year filled with peace, love, and hopefully a new pet.
Funding for HomeTowne Pets is provided by Choice Pet, 1260 Springfield Avenue in New Providence, or at choicepet.com, your source for all your pet care needs, and the Animal Clinic of Morris Plains, 3009 Route 10 in Morris Plains. High-quality veterinary care for companion animals, exotics, avian, and pocket pets.